Hi, and welcome back to Thone's James Nibbles number 104, Meeting Specific Needs, Part 4 of 6, Anxious on Suffering. And this is from James chapter 5, verses 13 through 18, which we've been studying now. This is the fourth day. How believers should behave. And why is this in the Bible? Knowing that we must not complain. Communications. God helps us in suffering. Now, the application to me is quoted from the ancient, faithful theologian Beatty. Just as James forbade people to complain to each other about their sufferings, so now he goes on to say that how they should behave. If someone has suffered an injury, he ought to go to the church and pray that God will send him the grace of his comfort, so that the sadness of this world, which leads to death, will not overtake him. And that is from Beatty's Concerning the Epistle of St. James. And let's just think about that for a few seconds here. It's a privilege to be forgiven by God, and it's a privilege to receive His grace. So that if you are injured, for example, you sprained an ankle, that's a relatively painful, but on the scale of most injuries, not so high up the scale. We have trouble walking. We get pain when we walk. We wrap our ankles in bandages, and we do all sorts of things to relieve that pain. But God doesn't need bandages to relieve your pain. He sends you His grace and His comfort. And wow, what a thing that is. So then, we don't, we use sort of a silly example there of a sprained ankle, but if it's really a serious injury or illness, we have to consider death as one of the alternative, the events that might occur after it. But while we're in the sadness of this world, we may not see any way out except death. However, His comfort can keep all that together and remove that threat of immediate death from us. God leads us with, "I will help you." Of course He will help us. My response, Lord, thank you for giving your believers support in their times of need or suffering. And with that, we'll talk to you next time.